Hi, are you a nurse? Student nurse? Patient? Or family members? Let's talk about nurses under stress. My name is Jordia. I am a Filipino-American registered nurse. OFW, a traveler, and founder of Care to Heal. Hello everybody. Are you curious of finding how nurses behind the scenes, when they are home and not caring for their patients? Come and join me in the nurses behind the scenes. We will talk about stress. Why stress? Because in reality most nurses live with stress and anxiety. It is the sad reality. So, what are the severity of stress that nurses feels during difficult moments regardless of where they are? I had the opportunity to talk to a registered nurse who works for the Army. She was a flight paramedic nurse. Her main job was to treat and pick up patients to assigned locations ordered by her superior. Patients in fear, hurt, and stressed. Mostly, the patients they picked up were from disaster areas such as earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, and motor vehicle accidents. Nurses are healthcare providers who uphold oaths even in the face of death. I personally experienced and witnessed some events locally and abroad that even in the hardest situation, nurses carries out the heart of a nurse. One of the best example of this brave heart is when a nurse needs to carry out terminally extubation of a brain-dead patient. Terminally extubation means stopping and pulling the tube that assists the breathing of a patient that eventually results death. This event is applicable to those patients with functioning heart but completely brain dead due to illness or trauma. As nurses, we studied hard and passed the national board exam. We made sure that we learned and understand all the human basic needs and beyond. We swore to an oath that we will save lives of every human being in need regardless of race, religion, nationality, and status in life. Nurses will save the lives of everyone whether it is enemy or allies. We do not choose and discriminate who to help. All are equal including animals. However, let's face the fact that some patients are verbally and physically abusive to nurses. Some patients curses, yells, threats, and physically assaulting nurses. In this case, nurses need to take care of themselves too, physically and mentally. But, before we continue, this video is brought to you by Care to Heal. Please like and subscribe below to support my channel so that I can continue to create educational videos like this. In difficult moments, nurses and all the healthcare providers are some of the silent heroes. We play a very important part in any event and situation. We save lives even we know that our lives are in stake. We put danger under our feet and focus on the lives of our patients. Nurses will put their own safety second to the lives of their patients. Nurses are the beacon of hope for patients. The last line of defense for patients against harm. We cannot fall and we cannot show weakness. We cannot be weak and must stand brave in the eyes of our patients. It is sad to witness how the world seems falling apart. Disasters and global climate change, created by mankind. Global disasters that can be prevented and corrected, if people will learn to care for the environment. If people will let peace reign and share contentment globally. So, my advice to all the nurses out there, keep yourself beautiful and calm. Make sure you look presentable and strong even under stress. The first and most important tip of being presentable is to keep your hair nicely braided or in ponytail. The hair says it all. It gives a depressing signal to our clients under our care if we leave our hair and face unpleasant to their eyes. It is also hygienic to keep your hair up and tied. Second tip is to put a natural lipstick color to hide paleness and deprivation of sleep. Third tip is to put some natural color eyeshadow to cover signs of stress. Remember, the eyes are the mirror of your soul. In this difficult and challenging time, it is hard to be the beacon of hope for everyone. But nurses will always be resilient and strong. Nurses who dedicated themselves for their patients will be the forever hero. To be a good nurse, you must be dedicated, motivated, honest, and full of compassion towards others. The humanitarian virtue and patience will lead your nursing path. Salute to all the nurses and healthcare providers around the world. Now, my friends, I wanted to share to you my personal story. How I chose my nursing specialty. How I became a nurse of babies and children. This story happened during my younger years. So, it was a dream came true. After 4 years of intense, theoretical academic studying and doing clinical-related experience for my undergraduate degree, the BS Nursing, I graduated. The Board of Nursing licensure examination was over. Time to rejuvenate and relax. When my mother was young, she wanted to be a registered nurse, but she was forced by her older brother to take BS Commerce degree instead. So technically, it was a dream came true for me and for my mom. A week passed and still waiting for the result of the exam if I passed or failed the licensure. During those times, the board exam result comes out after 3 long months. Yeah, that long of wait. It was hot, sunny, and bright day. I was standing outside my parents' house when a neighbor came rushing to me and begging for help. She begged me to check her daughter who was pregnant and about to give birth. She was crying and trembling. I can see how desperate she was. I am familiar with this lady. They lived as squatters and in poverty just outside the fence of our gated community. I was reluctant but decided to check the pregnant daughter. I notified my mother that I will go to the house of the said old lady. Upon arrival to the old lady's house, I saw the pregnant daughter laid down on their wooden floor covered by a blanket. She spread her legs urgently for me to see her private part in surprise. The baby was ready to come out. I tried to be calm and remembering what I learned in the clinical area on how to deliver this infant safely. Knowing that my mother was a wannabe nurse, I am aware that she has some medical supplies in our house. I asked the old lady to run to my mother and bring me back medical supplies https://amazon.de/3p5eb. When I approached to assist the delivering mother, I noticed that it was not the head of the baby coming out, it was the baby's butt. Healthcare providers call this baby's delivery presentation as breech and requires emergent surgery called cesarean section. In this case, surgery was not option. It is a matter of life and death. I need to deliver this infant or both the mother and baby will die in front of me. With my prayers, miracle, and angels guiding me, I safely delivered a healthy and alive baby without surgery. The mother of the baby and the infant was alive, safe and healthy. Few minutes later, the community midwife arrived and took over the remaining of the delivery process. 3 months later, the nursing licensure examination result was released. There were 11,400 nurses who took the examination with me nationwide, 4,800 passed the exam, and the rest failed. I was one of the 4,800 examinees who passed, and a new pediatric registered nurse was born. I hope this story inspired you. At times, certain things seem difficult to achieve, but have faith because everything is possible. I will never ever forget this experience. Saving the life of this mother and her infant became my motivation to become a pediatric and newborn nurse. After 20 years working and living abroad, I visited Philippines again. This very thankful mother and her grown-up daughter swung by in my parents' house and wanted to see me. The elderly mother introduced me to her daughter and stated, "This was the hero lady who saved our lives 20 years ago." For faster delivery and medications need, visit caretoheal.org. I hope you enjoyed this blog. I highly appreciate your time and comments. Kindly leave a short comment. Every comment will help me to improve the content of my blogs and articles. Thank you and see you in my next video.